I stumbled across this YouTube shorts a few days ago where it shows the process of teaching of a martial art teacher that teaches his students to react uh, in a way that you do not fear about anything. So he pick up a wooden like a weapon, then he swings around and around, and the only thing that the student has to do is just dodge down and make sure that the weapon doesn't smack his head. So when the teacher just move his hand, as he move as he move his hand, the students just just duck in right away. And so that gives a lot of space for the teachers to just bonk him in the head. So what he says to his students really inspired me, and that's why I'm making this video. Is if you react on the what ifs, you will end up you will end up really miserable. Like you end up not in a really good situation, or worse, you will end up never trying. That's my version of if you react on the what ifs, then you will uh, blah blah blah. You can put it in, try comment in what you think about this code, and that's where I start to think of my journey, and I think of my how I can relate to this to the code. Now I will tell you a short story. That's when I just got into university, and there's a really cool thing called the student organizations, and I want to be part of that because not only do the association will give me a lot of benefits regarding extracurriculars, and I got to meet a lot of cool people. I got to work with like professionals, all the stuff, all the stuff, and it's pretty hot. It's pretty a dang good deal for me, but inside of that association there are like multiple you know multiple teams, right? So I have there's like the logistic, there are like the events organization, there are like the supporters, the medias and stuff. I I kind of refresh my mind a bit and start to think that, oh, like where should I go? What team should I join? And it was until the last minute of the submission form that I chose to be in the you know administrative department. That's People say that all my friends, they starts to spread information about how hard is it to get in, or like it is that hard. You have to be like not you don't you have to be abnormal in order to be something special to get into VSA. Sorry, to get into that association. I'm sorry, I just mentioned it out loud. So I have a lot of thoughts back then, like should I join or should I not join? Because at that time I already have a bunch of things to do with my college life. I need to balance my dormitory life. I need to balance my study. I need to balance other clubs. Like I'm a freshman, right? Just got a bunch of times. Do whatever I want. Join a bunch of clubs and have a bunch of people to meet. But it was overwhelming at some point when I started to make the decision to join this particular association. But I don't know why. At the time, I have a lot of resilience, and I pray to God, and I just did my best in the submission form and also in the interview. and I got in, and I got in, and that was miraculously, um, I don't know if that's a word, but it was miraculously amazing of how I decided to push myself to doing something that I know it's good for me, and second of all, it gives me a sense of I have accomplished something that is hard, and that is very important. And even though I don't belong into that organization anymore, there's an amazing story that I have been through with them, with the team, with everything, and I have got a lot of things to learn through that experience. I want to share with you some Bible verses. It's not technically about the code I read, but it's somehow relatable. So in Proverbs 26:13, it says, "The slothful man saith, there's a lion in the way, a lion is in the streets." The verse 14, it continues, "As the door turneth upon his hinges, so doth the slothful upon his bed. The slothful hideth his hand in his bosom. It grieveth him to bring it again to his mouth." Let's read verse 13 again. I like that verse the most. "The slothful man saith, there's a lion in the way." A lion is in the streets. Like, wow. The Bible verse where King Solomon says, basically there are two types of people, like mentioned all throughout Proverbs: the wise and the wicked. And there's also the prudent and the lazy people. And here they are talking about. Here he is talking about the slothful man, a lazy person. He says, "There's a lion in the way. There's a lion in the streets." That says that a slothful man just making excuses. That means he will never gonna try anything, because he says, like, what if there's a lion in the streets? I cannot come outside, I cannot go to the market, I cannot bring goods to my family. So he will end up just rolling in his bed as the verse 14 progress. He just turned it upon his hinges. Not turned upon his hinges. He rolled in his bed and making noises. He rolled in his bed. Imagine you rolling on a bed and you're like, That's what the door hinges make. I mean, the sound that it makes. So it pretty much, you get the picture, you get the analogy. So don't be a slothful man. As a Christian, and as a young man, as a person who sets yourself to be on self-improvement, you gotta work. You gotta work really hard. And you gotta keep pushing until, you have accomplished your mission and your purpose on this planet Earth. Whatever it is, just do it, man. I know it's easier to say than to do, but I personally proved this code on. I constantly said to myself before I started this channel, like, what if, my friends saw me and then they're laughing at me, and the people I know saw me on YouTube and I was just yapping around, talking nonsense, even though I got really no subscribers, I got no views, I got no likes, no comments. Man, I don't care. At this point, I'm just happy. I'm happy that I'm not consuming, and I feel grateful for what I'm having right now. I feel grateful for holding this Bible and to read the verses to you guys. So if you react on the what ifs, you will never end up trying. And if you never try, man, you will not accomplish anything in this world, man. There's nothing free except for the salvation of God. That's the only free gift that He's given to you. Aside from that, just work, man. Especially if you're a man, bro. If you're a man, bro, just work. So that's it for today. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.